Pick a move in the ring. You can hit me with the words you fling.
I gotta say, there's obviously another minor project that you worked on recently. We kind of have to touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
So, Fast and the Furious 9. I remember seeing you in the Super Bowl commercial. I was like, I know that guy. So take us through that, side project that you've been working on as well.
Man, okay, this is so cool, right? So like, Justin Lin and I have had a long relationship. Justin Lin is the executive producer of of Warrior. He's obviously the godfather and the director of most of the Fast and the Furious films. And he and I, we did a little film that was a Sundance Film Festival hit in the early 2000s. He became the Hollywood director that he is now today from that. And at the time, I worked on Tokyo Drift. And it was, interesting enough, Justin at the time had really wanted to cast me as Bow Wow's role. Do you guys remember Tokyo Drift?
I vaguely,
Barely. Okay.
I remember Bow Wow was in it.
Yeah. So he had, at the time, he had wanted to cast me in the role of that Bow Wow ended up playing. And if you remember, Bow Wow's character's name is Twinkie. And Twinkie is the sort of the nickname for an Asian American who's, yellow on the outside but white on the inside. And so, but anyway, long story short, the studio and with Bao coming on, and they wanted to put him in a good position, and it worked out for the better. And so I actually never thought like my role was ever going to come back. I literally just thought it was a one movie deal, and that was it. And so fast forward, 14, 15 years later, right? Because
that's a long
Tokyo
time,
Drift came out in 2006, right?
Yeah.
So I wrap Warrior Season 2, and Justin Lin sends me a little email, just literally one line. Hey man, congrats on wrapping. By the way, working hard to get Earl back into the Fast franchise.
Wow.
And so my first thought was, I know I'm not supposed to swear on this, but my first thought was, who the F is Earl? And then I'm like, oh, that's me. I was Earl, and it's been so long. And then I told my wife, and she's like, who the F is Earl? And then when I actually finally spoke to Justin on the phone, he said the same thing. He's like, yeah, I was telling the producers and Vin and everyone that this is my plan, and everyone was like, who the F is Earl? But anyway, long story short, I got to spend a couple weeks in London towards the end of 2019 shooting F9, and on a project like that, you can't take photos, you can't upload anything, you can't talk about it. The NDA is so it's serious. A big film like that, they don't want any leaks, right? And so when the trailer came out earlier this year, I was shocked I was even in the trailer.
Oh, they didn't even know that
I had
you
no
were going to be in the trailer.
idea. You know what? I literally woke up, started drinking my coffee, and then I noticed like, whoa, my social media is just blowing the F up overnight. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, the trailer came out. I must be in it. So of course I went straight into it. Oh, wow. And you know what? Even though I've been talking about like this who the F is Earl thing and how I've kind of turned this into like a hashtag, the truth is, man, so many people reached out to me. There's so many fans. People really love that movie. I think I knew it was a big film, but I didn't quite understand its reach. It really resonates with a lot of people. It kind of has its own
little place in like side culture, underground culture.
Totally.
It's kind of like the outlier of the series, right? Yeah. But there's like a weird following for it.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm always surprised because I feel like I'm not particularly memorable. It's not you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I wasn't good, but it just, certain roles, Young June is a real, he's like a bright, shining star, you know what I mean? So I can understand why someone would remember that. But Earl, he's cool. It's an enduring character, but I didn't think he was going to have that kind of impact. So I was really pleasantly surprised that when I returned to F9, how many fans reached out and would quote my dialogue. Yeah, people. I'm like, I don't even remember.
Which I'm sure you've forgotten.
Yeah, exactly. So one of my lines in Tokyo Drift is something like, my grandma's blind in one eye, can drift better than you. And the number of times people have quoted that to my face, man, it's like, it's hilarious. The other big quote I get a lot, people quote me, is they'll come up to me and from Warrior they'll be like, "Hey, let's go get some stickies."
Yes.